Hello, my friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo. Good morning. It is great to be with you on this beautiful day here in Colorado Springs. And for those of you who have written to me and asked about our safety with the fires that were going on here, the good news is we got most of them under control and all of that stuff. And today is just a beautiful day. We don't have a lot of smoke in the air. It's just so pretty. It was a wonderful drive down, and it's great to be here with you. I've been excited about this Goo Morning Zyathé for a little while now because it's sort of the beginning of this new format and some of these new things that we're going to start doing, which will begin sort of over the next couple of weeks as we begin to establish more. We're going to have more guests on the show. We're going to do a little different take on the tours and some other things, and we're pretty excited about it, what we're going to do. And today, of course, we have Martin, who's going to be on here with his marvelous music. Well,
Martin's not on. We're just
Martin,
Martin
is Martin not in the chat though? He's going to be in the chat. Yes, he's going to. By the way, say hello, cameraman D.
Hello. I hope Martin is able to join us, but he is in Germany, which means our time zones are totally inflexible and weird.
I'm all disheveled. Well, he's in the morning, so he could be okay. So
we'll see if Martin comes on. But with that said, what we are talking about, because nobody knows, is that
is the surprise that
I know
just gave away.
Is that we will be debuting a new collaboration that we've been doing with Martin Shore. I hope I got that. Shore. Yeah, anyway, of D20 Sounds. And we are very excited to show you what that is all about today.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. And we're actually not going to do the Netherdark tour today just because of all the things we have to do. So I apologize to all of you who are tuned in. However, we are still going to give away a couple of prizes. So you don't have to guess the right letter to be able to win prizes today. So if you just hang out, we'll hook you up. Potentially. So, and of course, everybody who wins a prize during this sort of Netherdark thing that we're doing, you get entered for the big prize thing at the end, which we haven't defined what it is. We promise it'll be something good, right? It won't be.
And we might not define it because the thing is that so many people in the chat have certain things and other people have other things.
So we might have to.
Maybe we'll just customize a prize for people.
Custom prize.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll have to see.
A picture of our Fabio that is impregnated with gunpowder that you can light on fire and it'll go poof, just like a flash.
Oh my goodness.
It's a perfect little gift.
Oh, I forgot to grab that screenshot from
good.
Facebook.
Whatever you forgot to grab is good. I'm glad.
Listen, everyone has to go to the den because I think it was Sean posted the funniest house and was like, I think I found Fabio Goo's house.
I think it was Adam.
Oh, Adam Easton, you're right. It was Adam Easton posted this. So yes, and I forgot to grab it this morning. Oops, that's the wrong one. But anyway, we're gonna move really fast because I have to leave right at 11 today. So
Mandy is tight to the wire. This
yes.
Is
so we're gonna chug through this, but also we have really cool stuff. I saw the slides that Alphinius put together, and they are awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So listen, this is who posted. There's a number of people actually posted this.
Yeah, people keep sending us this picture,
but it's not us. We didn't make this.
But we will. We should. Everyone, there's so much
similar.
interest.
Yes.
But yes, this is an official Gen Con image, is what this is, and we're gonna talk about Gen Con like right off the bat because we have big news. So
Gen Con is wonderful, my friends. We have a lot going on at Gen Con. I mean, literally hundreds of hours of gameplay. And I think Gen Con's scheduling actually opens tomorrow. So if you're going to Gen Con or if you're going to Gen Con online, I'm not sure if that opens tomorrow as well. You want to check out the games and such like that early because they tend to fill up. And last year we sold out very quickly. And my expectation is that will probably happen again, especially given our reputation. We got really good response last year and good thank yous. And that's big thank you to all our game masters who are doing this, and of course Casey who coordinates this every year. And for those of you watching who are going, make sure you keep in your mind two things. One, we have the Gooey Party on Thursday night in the Gooey Room at about 8 p.m. As soon as we finish the last of the games, and we'll have some food there and some other things, and we'll see if we can have a little fun, right, for a couple of hours before everybody gets, sleepy and tired. And then on Saturday morning, we're doing the Gooey Dungeon Game Show with our friends at Dwarven Forge.
It is the Great Gooey Dungeon Game
Show at Gen Con. Yes, the Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show. That thing, yes, that thing.
You named it, so you have to use the appropriate title.
It's the Great Dungeon Gooey Game
The Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show.
Great Gooey Game Show, yes.
You got this.
So anyway, so great Gooey Dungeon Game Show at Gen Con. And we'll be streaming it and we'll have some special guests. But the real fun thing is that a lot of folks will have a chance to come up and play, and get a special prize for playing. And of course, they'll represent each one of their sections and we'll be streaming it. So we'll do the same thing we did before. And we have a big crew out there at Gen Con, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Dan and Matt, Daniel and Matt, have told me that they are going to actually give away another miniature to everyone who comes and attends. So you're going to get a freebie no matter what there. And most of you know we give away like lots and lots of prizes. So most people walk out of the room with at least one and some with more than one. So it's a really fun time. And Camera Mandy's got all this new equipment she's all excited about. So hopefully the stream is going to be great, right, Camera Mandy?
They can't see me, but I'm behind the camera doing the evil ha 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 ha. We have the streaming equipment worked out.
Alphinius, can I get some more money for buying more stuff? Yes, this is what happened, right, Camera Mandy? Tell the truth.
Yes, it is sometimes the truth. But it's really important that we invest in our future, our growth. Okay, speaking of miniatures, though, we're going to move right along to some miniature stuff. So first off, Scott posted this hilarious...
Funny.
Yes, comic.
Doomed. I am doomed.
About painting miniatures. But then I thought that would be a great segue into showing off some of the miniatures that we've had posted in our den lately.
Yeah, because honestly, we don't do that enough, Camera Mandy. We need to take more of the images of miniatures.
Well, we need more people to post more.
Yeah, well, Christopher does, but
oh my gosh,
right.
Chris is so talented.
There's others who also do it. Chris is right here. This is really, really good. And I keep threatening, I'm waiting. Daniel and Matt and I are working together to get all of Harry's miniatures printed.
Chris says, I don't want to overpost, but Chris, like you can't overpost.
Chris, you know what, man?
We love minis.
And you're really good about not, hey, message me, I'll paint your miniatures, all that kind of stuff. We know you have a service, it's fine. But as long as you aren't, as long as you save your advertising for Mondays, people
I don't think Chris is doing his business anymore.
Oh, Chris, are you not?
I think Chris is more, painting for...
Just for joy
and
fun.
So...
Well, Chris, I still hope you'll do all of the Harry's minis that I'm planning to send you, as soon as we get them all printed by Dan and Matt, because we want to put those all up in the new website that we're working on for Gooey Cube, so that people can see them how they look when they are in the STL format, the way Harry made it. Speaking of Harry's miniatures, here's a cute one right here. The way Harry originally sculpted it. Then we'll have an actual picture of the miniature, probably primed, so people can really see all the detail. And then hopefully Chris will paint them for us, and they will be part of our wonderful collection here that we will keep for many years as we remember all the cool things that have happened since the beginning of this Gooey adventure that we are on. So yes, Chris, please, let me know. We can chat back and forth. And you are certainly welcome to post. People love looking at pictures of minis, and I do. So, and I think lots of folks do. So, do not be afraid to put those up there. Now, this is the plague doctor bird, right? This is the plague bird doctor, right? Because the plague bird doctor, when you take off his mask, he's still got the beak, right, Harry?
That's hilarious.
But yes, this is a cool mini. It's actually not a Zyathé character. But one of Harry's been sculpting for a long time. This is one of his personal minis that he sculpted for other things, and we always appreciate Harry when he throws things up that we can take a peek at and enjoy them. And this is another wonderful sculpt that Harry has made. So, yes, this is another sculpt that Harry has made. Yes, with Michael, with Bo, he was doing this, and
I have two of them. So this is the Gooey Cubes with the hat.
Yes.
And then this is Alphinius.
The floating head.
Yes. And I did like Harry's suggestion in the comments, which was that we should make Alphinius's floating head a spell.
Yes, Alphinius's
a curse. I don't know.
It is a cursed spell. That's
yes.
It flies at you and yells at you if you are wearing a hat. That's what it does.
Anyway, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing these all painted. But yeah, of course, Michael's having a good time.
Yes, and this is a new member, right? So
yes, who also has a YouTube channel.
Yep.
Chris Vollen.
Yep, Chris Vollen is their channel, and this is really wonderful worm here. This is a very cool miniature, and love showing those off and love seeing them. And actually, you don't really see, but this thing's pretty big. So if you had a little, 28 millimeter miniature there standing there, you'd be like, whoa, that's pretty big. So that thing will swallow you whole, no problem, right?
I love it. I mean, I wouldn't love to meet it in a game.
Oh, why not? You know, a little chop here, a little spell
Maybe a little
there.
baby one. Baby one would be kind of cute. Okay, so these are some inspiration posts that we had up. And so this is a town. Oh my gosh, it's on the screen. I can't read it. But yeah, this is a actual town somewhere, and I thought like this would be. It actually kind of reminds me of what's that? Mist. There's a Mist 2.
Mist.
There's like a village kind of like this. But I think it'd just be a really interesting place to go visit.
Oh, yes. Feels like Sundestia to me, right? The land of the high soul, right? This is beautiful, right? And of course it's hot, right? Very hot there. So people, living in these caves in mountains, right, where it's cool, right? Once they're in the back of the caves, right? This is very, very possible thing. So, and Sundestia is just, it just keeps dancing in my dreams, Cameramandi. It just.
I cannot wait. It's going to be so great.
Yeah. So a lot of people have been asking. We are getting. Obviously, some of people have seen that we are starting to post up some stuff from Cyclopedia Magica because it's in layout right now. We have shipped out almost everything, right, Cameramandi? In fact, you want to give a quick little update on that?
Yeah, I could do a quick little. Here, why don't I pop over to our Magica image here?
Yeah.
Yes, so beautiful. I love this art. I love all the full body arts that you're getting done. They are so gorgeous.
Yeah, and they're going in Magica. A lot of them, you're going to see them, so that it'll be really, I think, very joyful to see all these different spellcasters and magic users and fusiliers and flowcasters and all of this stuff. I think folks are going to love it.
So basically, shipping updates. We currently are finishing up, they're packaged and they're going to be picked up on Monday. Our international Kickstarter.
Nice. There you go, friends. Yes, the interim shipment is coming to you.
Yes, and we also have a few more domestic. So there was a tier where all that we have left is Chapter 5, and we decided to do another interim shipment, and we will just ship you Chapter 5 separately. So everyone who ordered East for Destia should be getting East for Destia.
Indeed.
So,
and we're going to send out a special email to all of our Kickstarter backers that you might get some of these last pieces that some people didn't get. Like I know there's some people who've reached out to me and said, I didn't get the Gloom port, I'd like to get it. I didn't get the map packs, I'd like to get that. And so we're going to send out a special email to all the Kickstarter backers and our supporters and give you a chance to actually get those at the old prices, not at the new prices. So something to give you a little incentive. That'll probably be happening fairly soon. Very excited about Darken Haven. It's come along very, very well. Almost all of the upstairs, topside artworks are done at this point, and they look magnificent. We've got a lot of floor plans, and so that is coming. Chapter 5 is the next thing we will put into layout, along with Legends, Lore, and Libations, which is the special sort of tour of the Republic that we did with Marvelous Keith. And it's a wonderful little tour of the Republic, and I think you will really enjoy it. And then we've got the Glooming Doom and the Dead and Fallow, which almost all the artworks are done for Dead and Fallow, and John is working on that with me, and we're very excited about where that's going. And Adam did a wonderful job with the Glooming Doom, and we had some help from Rob and some others getting that kind of edited where we need it to be. Now we're working on artworks for that, and that leaves only the Witch's Wrath left for us to complete. And then all of the side quest, if you will, what we call them, side quest adventures will be done. And that will leave almost nothing save for the Gloomport and Darken Haven. So we are getting close to getting done. It will still be a few months undoubtedly, but we are also trying to produce a special Gen Con adventure called A Darkness under Genzicon. And Genzicon Citadel is in the Gloomport, and we talked about this a little bit, and we're hoping to make that a really wonderful promotion at Gen Con, and hopefully a lot of people will check it out. So we will see about that. So that's kind of a quick I know you didn't want to do that right now, but we did it anyway, Cameron.
That's fine.
We get it out of the way, right?
Very quickly, this is a cosplay, and I put their name here, Fella and Fair. Fell and Fair.
Yeah, it was
cosplay.
Michelle, I think, put this up.
Yes.
Really
and
wonderful.
if you go to their Facebook page, there's some really cool.
Stunning.
Yeah. So definitely go check out Fell and Fair cosplay. Very inspirational in terms of what you can dress up as.
Indeed. Yeah, no,
you
really,
enjoy.
you're going to be like, whoa. Michelle was right. not only do they have great cosplay, but they also have great photography, right?
Yeah.
So you put it together with sort of this combo, and it's like, whoa, this is.
It makes me want to go, you know what we need to do this summer? We need to go do an Alphinius Goo photo shoot. I was thinking about that.
That's great.
Go out to a forest somewhere.
I might have to get a new costume. You know, I'm kind of losing a little weight.
I noticed it. It's looking a little baggy.
Yeah. So it's marvelous. What was this one? This
was
was
from
the water
Jim.
one. Jim put these up. Yeah.
Yes,
Very
and
cool.
he said that these would make for some really interesting and unique water creatures.
Yes.
And this is from Ronnie Turntnes, Tertnes. Okay, it should be on the screen. Anyway, and I actually agreed. Like, if I came across a pond and like I met these little critters, like, I mean, I'd of course want to talk to them.
I know, and the photography is really
Yeah.
too, right? So it's not just there's Photoshop work in here and all kind. It's really, really good. It's really good.
Anyway, I just thought that was another interesting little idea for stories.
Right.
Anyway, we are going to go ahead and do our premiere. Let's talk about this just really quickly. Sorry.
She's looking right now, but I can vamp, right? Because I would say, so many of you know, but not all of you know, is that Hurnesh is the leader, the war chief of the entirety of Magdranog. And Magdranog was Kalanta long ago and was taken over by the Arachnoids that came from the northern continent of Nordruka. And Nordruka is very warlike, and the Arachnoids hold sway there. But over time, Hurnesh sort of became enlightened. And so Hurnesh is a very wonderful, interesting character, and the people who support him, the groups that support him, because Hurnesh has done things like begin to eliminate some of the blood sport, begin to embrace what you might want to call the philosophies of other nations, where perhaps, might doesn't always make right, and that the best ideas are not just because you're the strongest, you have the best ideas. And he's begun a process of freeing the slaves, which, the Arachnoids in Nordruka are very, very apt to keep slaves, and tried to tear down some of the castes in the society. And this has become interesting because for many years, the Magdranog is the de facto true enemy of the Republic of Zyathé. And so many Kalantans who were refugees escaped to the Republic. And so there's a lot of animosity and deep-seated, mistrust across both of these cultures. But interestingly enough, as Hurnesh has become more and more enlightened and done more and more of these wonderful things to begin to elevate this Magdranogic society, he has begun to run more and more afoul of the warlords of Nordruka. And so it is intriguing, depending on your game and how you want to take it, it is intriguing to ponder, what Hurnesh and Magdranog and, of course, Nordruka, what their relationships are, especially given that the most, probably one of the most fearful places on the entirety of Zyathé is the Vile Desolation, where the undead rise of their own accord, and the dread Lord Kalnovik, the Lich Lord, holds sway. And, there are some that believe that there are even, secret clandestine meetings between certain individuals in Magdranog and certain individuals in the Republic who are trying to determine a way to address what they both believe is probably the greatest danger to both of their nations, which is not each other, but indeed this vile desolation, right? So this enemy of my enemy is my friend, right, sort of thing going on. Which is not necessarily the best philosophy, and if you look that up, that wasn't the greatest thing that actually happened to that guy. But anyway, that's as an aside matter. Anyway, so we began to talk to Martin, Cameron Mandy, about
a month ago.
Back. I think it was a couple months, right? A couple months already.
Well, mine and Martin's conversation happened just a little while ago. Yeah.
And Martin makes wonderful music, and nobody knows about it because it's really hard to let people know about it. And Martin posts them every once in a while, and I was try to listen because I think he's quite talented. And so Camera Mandy and Martin got to go. Well, you tell the story, Camera Mandy. Go ahead, you tell them.
No, it's basically we got on a phone call and he wanted to work with Gooey Cube, and we came up with this idea to do character intro music. So basically, I'll send him over a portrait with a backstory, and then he's going to compose a theme song for that character. And so, and
I can't wait to see what he does with
this
Zyathé
first one was voted on. A few of you guys were in the chat when I posted, a few portraits, and I know the next one up might be like a Sarth character that I believe. But yeah, basically, let's see how this goes, and hopefully we get a bunch of these because I think once you watch it, you're gonna love it. So let's
these
play
are called bardic tales, and this is what we're gonna call them. And then each one will kind of correspond to an image. And we very well might use some of our friends as well. This will not just be sort of always fictional characters, but also perhaps some of our friends. Like I said, I can't wait to see what Zoldothrin or Kalnovik sound like. Yes, Martin, we are excited. I hope you are watching. Let's play it, cameraman.
You're back on.
Oh, I thought, was that not wonderful? Sorry, cameraman, I was not
okay.
prepared. I hope you all enjoyed that. Martin, I think it is spectacular. And there is some discussion about the possibility of taking these and making loops that you might be able to use these various wonderful songs as part of your experience when you're gaming at your table or gaming online. And so we're going to talk with Martin about that kind of stuff, right, cameraman, to see what we can do.
Yeah. Also, as part of our show, Martin is giving away a copy of this track. Also, you can purchase, I believe, this track at d20sounds.com along with a lot of Martin's other music. But in order to win this track for free, all you have to do is put in hashtag Martin Rocks.
Hashtag or exclamation point?
Let me actually check that.
Yeah,
That's
I think
actually
it's exclamation point, cameraman.
No, this one's it's hashtag.
It is okay. Well, put in hashtag
Martin.
M-A-R-T.
I'm putting it in the chat.
Martin, M-A-R-T-I-N-R-O-C-K-S, right?
Yes.
M-A-R-T-I-N-R-O-C-K-S. Yes.
Absolutely.
Hashtag Martin Rocks.
And I will also want to promote that. So I have posted this on YouTube, and at the end of the video on YouTube, there is a thumbnail where that will take you directly to Martin's behind-the-scene video. So he actually did like a 7-minute video talking about how he created this theme for Hurnesh, and it's really cool. He did it in English, that way we could understand.
Yes, for all of us who don't speak German very well, right? This is good. Yes,
yeah, and it's really interesting. He talks about the layers of music that he puts in, and I am so looking forward to seeing our next collaboration and our next character. So, yeah, keep typing in Martin Rocks, and we will go ahead and do a draw, and whoever wins this will get a
hashtag Martin,
yes.
M-A-R-T-I-N-R-O-C-K-S, yes?
Yes.
All right.
And so, and I just want to say thank you so much to Martin for working with us. I think this is a really awesome idea.
Well, and this goes to the community thing, right? So, I know we keep talking about this, and just please understand that it does take more time than it should, simply because, Gooey Cube really is our side hustle, my friends. And I've told many of you this, you know this. We have to take care of our core business, which is our little advertising agency, because if we don't take care of that, there can't be a Gooey Cube. even with the wonderful support of Kickstarters and all of that stuff, there's just a tremendous amount of investment that's required to do these streams and make these videos and do all of these artworks and and pay our writers and make special things for our contributors and all of this stuff. It just takes a lot of money. So we appreciate all of your help, and yes, indeed, we are looking at doing another Kickstarter at the end of in the time period following Gen Con, probably in September-ish timeframe, something like that. And we are pretty excited to get it out there. There's a lot of new things we want to do, including the finishing of the campaign, the last 2 chapters of the Red Star Rising, chapters 6 and 7, and of course Sundestia and Cyclopedia Monstrica, Volume 1, the Verdestia tome, right, and some other things, right, Cyclopedia of the Races, and there's just a lot that we want to do that everybody keeps telling me, well, you can't do that much, and I'm going to be like, well, maybe we can, right? So we're gonna see what we can do. And
I'm one of the people. I'm so stressed. No, hey, we have drawn a winner.
We have a winner. Yes, we have a winner.
Now, ironically, the first draw.
It's Martin. Martin won his own.
No, it was us. Because I had put in hashtag Martin Rocks to show everybody how it was done. So the Gooey Cube actually won it, but I already have the track.
Yes, and we can't take it. So we're going to do drawing again. Yes,
the actual winner is Chris Hudd.
Hey, Chris, look at you.
Yeah. Congratulations,
That's
Chris.
Marvelous. Oh,
I will send your email over to Martin, and I am so looking forward to doing more of these, and thank you all for the wonderful reaction. Please go to Gooey Cube, Gooey Cube's YouTube, and like that video and share it if you can, and then go to Martin's page and like the video there, and again, it just helps with being able to spread the goo.
Yes, that, whatever that is. So Cameron, turn off my mic for a second and cut away to something, just real quick.
Why?
Because these allergies of all this stuff.
Okay, so Alphinius is turned off. I'm talking now. He's about to, I think, blow his. Oh, you want me to cut? Oh, you want me to cut to some? What do I have? I don't have anything. Okay, here. I'm just gonna wait. I'm not. You're not. Okay, there we go. Okay. What a disaster. So we will be starting our Vilandea tour coming up here, and I'm not good at vamping. Oh, wait, he's back. Okay.
Yeah, so
wait. I need to turn your audio back on. Okay, there we go.
Can you hear me, my friends? Can you hear me?
Okay.
So, the interesting thing about Vilandea is I was saying last time, and we aren't going to quite finish this because I wanted to showcase a few places that I think are really, really important.
Oh, we're not finishing Vilandea?
I don't think so. I
literally put it in the description of the show that this was our last Vilandea tour.
Well, maybe we will. But
okay.
I want to move to Essanasa next, and I want to try to see if we can get Daniel and Matt on. So
Geeky says the goo overflowed.
Sometimes you get a little gooey in your nose. This is what happens.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway.
Can you imagine if Martin does Father Geeky, right?
I missed. I should have told you. Sorry, Martin. This was from Harry. First off, Harry both wants an Alfabio photo shoot, and he wants an Alfabio theme song.
Oh my God. You've got to get me one of those shirts, cameraman, with the fake muscles.
Okay, sounds good. That's hilarious.
So the Vilandeans, right? I said before, I love complex, wonderful villains. I love them, right? And the Vilandeans are definitely, that is them. They are that kind of individual. And the three of them, the Vexnia and Telvanon, and of course Zoldathran. And these three are ancient, etheric, technic artificitors and necromancers and magists, right? And this is their backgrounds. And they're all of elven stock. Even I believe Telvanon is actually half elven, but I can't recall off the top of my head, but I believe he is. And of course, this wonderful whole tale of all of this stuff was the brainchild of us working with Josh and Kaya and AJ helped out with stuff, and it just really came together wonderfully. The thing I love about Vilandea is the complexity of the leaders, but also the complexity of the tale, and what's going on with Blood Touch there and all of that stuff. And I told a lot of people have asked if I would please read some more, and I'm going to do that. And this is not short. This essay that I'm going to try to read here. So So bear with me, but it is good, and I think you will enjoy it quite a bit. This is a message from Daniela Fogrand to Archpriest Grav Loreen of the Covenant of Goodwill. And Daniela is, of course, Kaya's character in the world of Zyathé, and she is one of the members of the Hindrance, which is dedicated to destroying, in particular, the Supreme Consorts and taking down the Vilandean Empire. But that is no small task. So I hope you enjoy this reading of her essay, which is in the Isfredestia tome. Archpriest Grav Loreen, I trust my missive has fallen into the right hands. Creation knows I could ruin all of our efforts if this were in possession of the Iron Glove. Their tireless schemes to quelch the citizens' autonomy have resulted in thousands of deaths. Indeed, they would be delighted to have my head. Whatever happens, though, so be it. The cursed murderers deserve to be exposed. Let them rot in the heat of the high soul. Let them be trampled by a Korat herd. Indeed, let them burn their flesh in the fell fires of the infernic caldera. But such fates err on the side of mercy, to be truthful. I need not detail the atrocities committed by Vilandean extremists. As a citizen yourself, you are well aware of their barbarity. Their penchant for bloodshed and conquest is evident to most. The Ajvindun archipelago has witnessed the terrible brutality of the Vilandean military and is slowly being overtaken. The Vilandeans, too, delight in enslaving the weak and resistant. This fact is readily apparent despite dressing up their slaves to maintain appearances. All of this and more done at the order of the consortium whose corrupted dealings surprise none. The genuinely vile snakes of the empire are not the lay citizens, but those worshipped by them, self-proclaimed supreme consorts with the grotesque title of the agents of creation. I can't help but spit whenever I hear that preposterous designation. I was fortunate enough to escape their fearful clutches before they massacred the better part of my elven brothers and sisters and enslaved those who remained. Make no mistake, for that I will have my revenge. Alas, though, I blame myself. For so many wasted years, I was foolish enough to ignore their influence over the peninsula. If only I had opened my eyes sooner. But I was too comfortable in my wooded library, too enthralled in the latest search. My sights were only raised from my haphazardly scrawled notes when Cosinica fell. However tardy, I did leave the Hazenwood. I traveled for many annums, chasing invisible smoke, anything to reveal the origins of the three mages, the source of their powers. A song here, a rumor there, most of it nonsense. Only when I set my sights on certain locations in the Zion Dune did I make any real progress. The Duna Hadreen of Nuvea Ascendra were the first to have any answers for me. Even they remain largely clueless, though. Their ancestors told of an artifact of unbelievable proportions, though none of it remains now. It was destroyed in the Woe, but rebuilt by 3 elven artificators, who were nearly killed in defense of it. However improbable it may have seemed, I believe the wretched agents of creation to be those ancient mages. As these foul beings rounded the peninsula, felling armies, conquering city after city, I dedicated all of my energy to tracking them. As desperate as I was to warn my people to flee the Iron Fang Peninsula, I needed to confirm their ancient origins and find evidence of their heinous dealings. Only then could I influence their downfall. In desperation, I followed them, hiding in the shadows. I watched helpless while they commanded battalions and killed thousands. But in times of war, slaughter alone isn't enough to raise a rebellion to take down a great villain. I needed something more to mobilize the masses against them. Eventually, they led me to the Vildian peaks, where they seemingly disappeared into the mountains. I lost track of them. For days I searched for their hiding place, but my exertions went unsatisfied. I made a nearby cave my temporary home, lived off rainwater and sparse mountain foliage. Terrible screeches pierced the night's darkness, unseen creatures seeking prey. Yet I held my ground. Surely the mages would reappear. Before they returned, however, a shaking Sarth blinked into existence at the same point the mages had previously disappeared. He hunched over a stack of pages, shifting his eyes over his shoulder as he began his descent. The poor fellow was haggard and thin, his skin a pallid pink. When I came upon him, he dashed away in a frenzy. Losing his footing on a steep length of slope, he plunged off the cliffside. The papers he carried scattered in the wind like winter's first snowfall. Scrambling to retrieve the documents, as I could no longer save the Sarth, I raced down the mountain to find a few dozen cryptic records, entries such as Subject 375, extraction successful, subject deceased, and Subject 264, extraction successful, subject survived. These caused my bones to quake and my skin to ripple. I pored over the notes by the firelight, seeking some semblance of meaning and explanation to the ominous entries. I first read nothing. I laid eyes on brought comfort. One particular passage flooded me with understanding, however. Rather than finding the warmth of enlightenment, I found the chilling dread of an unfortunate epiphany. So many of the oddities I had deserved in our lands now became apparent. The lack of blood touch within our borders, unexplained disappearances, tales of half-dead creatures walking the land. I have enclosed a copy of this document with this letter. The evidence within it should assist both of us in our course. If I could spare the world from their atrocities, I would. None deserve to be exposed to such dealings, but the world must know who the so-called agents of creation really are, what they're doing to stay in power, because my heart aches for their innumerable victims. I will risk my life once again to send this to you. I applaud your efforts to hinder the Vilandean Empire's progress. The fewer beings exposed to their tyranny, the fewer who will die at their hands. Though the Empire is wealthy, powerful, and among the most technically advanced societies in Zyathé, the truth may overcome them. We must be ready when this truth becomes known. The Empire has some allies who may not flinch at the truth. Kalnovik and the Vile Desolation, the Arachnoids of Nodruka, or the Estrenian So-Waiwun Empire, perhaps. The Selenhadrine of the Avoda Malu care for nothing but their own preservation. But surely the greater part of Zyathé will mobilize against this despicable and diabolical evil. Vanzentia is already seething under Vilandean aggression, and Andvala is begging for a chance to strike. Magdranog is rumored to doubt them. A portion of your own people desire to be free. I lend this song to you, my brother in arms, a whisper to carry throughout the Empire, a warning to those tyrants that they will soon stand naked and exposed in front of those who once worshipped them. Tainted taken by shrouded palm, hidden deep, caught, offered no balm. 'Neath banners ablaze beyond majesty feigned, a purulent sore that must be constrained. Seeping mineral metallic clan chants bellowed by a hideous man. Beings once ancient, vitality renewed, husks emerge joined in a horrific brood. Yours in the hindrance, Daniela Fogren. I know it was long, but I hope you enjoyed it. That is Vilandea there in one essay, in one tale told by one of those who would oppose them. And it is marvelous. It is right there. Cameraman actually put it up there. These, Cameraman, we don't need to show these unless you want to, but these are the pages that people can reference, and we can walk through them real quickly if you would like to. You know, this is Death Sorrow Castle, where a terrible tale is told, actually a wonderfully terrible tale, and you can just go kind of through them as
also, I just want to say before we start that this is in the East Verdestia tome.
Did I say West Verdestia?
No, you didn't mention
the East Verdestia tome.
Yeah, no, these are all spreads from the East Verdestia tome.
Yes. And really, I cannot tell you, this is the Aether Deep, this is the Dwarven and Gnomish dominated Underdelven Zyathé citadel that is aligned with the people of Vilandea. This is a cavern that I'm going to talk about. Come on, cameraman, it's right there in front of you. It's Avral Zaoud.
I cannot read what this says on my.
Sorry. When I do the tour, right? This is this next slide.
I see it. Cave of Akhel
Zaoud. That's
yes.
it. Akhel Zaoud.
I see you put it in the title name.
Yes. And then this is the dragon construct that was created by the consorts and has a skin of what looks to be a real dragon, but in truth is a being that is much like the Enzandra Oz. So this is a great essay. If you haven't read that one, you need to check it out. You don't need to show the slides with no images. This kind of, these were from my reference when I was.
Just know that it is a long and storied tale that is absolutely epic and wonderful.
It really, really, truly is. So go to the other slides, cameraman, the ones for the tour. Let's do that because it's 10:45 and we need to.
I'm just gonna quickly. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah, that's Rinthravak.
Wow.
And this, of course, is leading. This is the Suthundal, which is where the border with Estanase is, and it's very murky and swampy and all of that kind of stuff. So let us do this little tour and see what we might do. I hope you enjoyed that reading. I would love that
everyone
feedback.
Said that you did a great job.
It's a great, and again,
you got a little sniffly during it.
I cannot.
Geeky Hoodie said that you were just emotional.
It was my sadness that all of the poor blood-touched who have been consumed. For that is the tale, indeed. For the consorts are vile. So we speak of Vilandea, right? So Vilandea is in East Verdestia, if you go to the next slide. In Verdestia, the entire continent is the broken one up there at the top. You see it here. We've showed it many times before, so we don't need to belabor it. And Vilandea is actually on the eastern peninsula, which is called the Iron Fang Peninsula, and on the western portion of this other peninsula, the Western Peninsula, which is called the Sunderfang. And so they are expanding. They are coming up against Vanzentia. There is wonderful political intrigue and all kinds of stuff going on there. Of course, the Infernic Caldera, where it is rumored that Galcianthros actually where his tower was when the War of Ruin occurred. Right, there's all of these wonderful things going on in this area, and of course, Vilandea. And I should probably go to my slides because I can't read this, cameraman, right? So if I can't read it, that's a problem. Vilandea has got the western portion, right, which is called the western garrisons by the Vilandians, but it is the Sunderic territory, and it is kind of a bleak land. That's to the west. That's the purple area you see on the left. Then there is the Northric territory, which we spent a little time in. We're going to spend a little bit more there. The Wargoth territory, which is to the west, which is the orange. The green, which is the Vildian peaks there, Stova, and then the Hazenwood to the south, and Suthundal all the way to the far south there. And so this is the heart of the Vilandian Empire. So go ahead, cameraman. So the sovereignty itself, right, this is where the strength of it is, and they are very capable and magically powerful. Obviously, when 3 of your consorts are former Eternic mages. And very old, right? They have to be because the war was 1,212 years past, right? So they're long-lived even for elves, and so this is part of the tale, right? Of how they are keeping themselves alive, and what they are doing is terribly heinous. So let us go to the next one, cameraman. So Castle Death Sorrow is the last thing we will speak of. We were going to speak of Vanzagred, but we'll do that in Castle Valdezar. We'll do that in a minute. So Castle Death Sorrow is a very important tale, and if you go to the next map, cameraman, this is actually in the very far north of the Sunderfang Peninsula, the Iron Fang Peninsula, and right on the border of the Avorda Malu, and relatively near Volnav, excuse me, and Death Sorrow Castle is a wonderful tale, and don't want to overhang it too much, but it really shows the character and the vileness of Zoldathran Vildrine. Well, goodness, cameraman, I hope I don't lose my voice. So Death Sorrow Castle is overseen now by a very powerful Death Knight, who is not just under the sway of Zoldothran, and indeed hates the Zoldothran in particular and the consorts. And there's a potential, depending on how you want to run your games, that if your players were to encounter this individual, that this person could perhaps aid them in any kind of activity against the.
Is it this person?
It is indeed.
Oh.
Yes, against the consorts. So I'm not gonna really dig into it too deep because I don't want to put too many spoilers out there. But that is so worth a read, that Castle des Sorrow tale, and I think you will truly enjoy it and see the tragedy of it and see the potential applications of it in your games. All right, cameraman, let's go next. So this is a picture of the castle itself. It is really not inhabited anymore, other than by fell beings, and of course this interesting character that you will find out about what happened to his wife and some other things. So that is Des Sorrow Castle. All right, cameraman. So now we will move to the Vildean Peaks, and the Vildean Peaks are really in the center of Vilandea. And they're not a hugely high mountain range. They're tall, and they're still mountains, but they are not as tall, certainly, as the Worm Rests in West Verdestia or the Dawn Spires in East Verdestia, which are some of the highest mountains in the world. But the Vildean Peaks still are there, and there's much history there, and there are dungeons there, and there are cavern complexes and all of this kind of stuff. So let's look at the map this next image first. So Valdezar Prison is in the Vildean Peaks. It's in the northern area of the Vildean Peaks. And it is the place. There are other prisons, but this is the place where the blood touch are taken and typically stored for future use by the consorts. And it is one of the most well-guarded prisons in the world. It has many magical wards and guards. And to go to the map, cameraman, let's show them where it is. And you can see it right there in the center, right at the edge of the Northric in the Vildean Peaks. And gosh, those maps look good. Does that not look good, cameraman?
I'm really glad. I love it when you insert maps like this,
Yeah.
and so you can actually see where the locations are.
Yeah, and there's so many good places in these Vildean Peaks. I mean, frankly, it's all over. There's no way in a tour like this that you can really provide all the richness that is in the books. And this is my problem, right? This is why East Verdestia is 400 pages instead of 250. It's because the tale needs to be told, right?
This is a broad stroke.
Yes, but the tale needs to be told, and I just couldn't cut out all these wonderful tales. I just couldn't do it. So I hope everyone who got their 250-page book that ended up being 400 pages is pleased with there was no change in price on that, by the way. We just couldn't do it any other way. Anyway,
it's just making me want to really get down to recording our audiobooks.
And we are going to do this. So this is part of our thing, right? This is the change that we're going to do to this morning. We are definitely going to start having more guests. We're going to figure this out, and I'm going to see even next weekend before we leave if I can get our friend Howard back on from. He is the math guy that people loved very dearly and talked about some of the math of these role-playing games and all of that stuff, and I'm gonna see if I can bring him on. Then the following week we will be at Kubla Khan, and we'll try to bring on a guest out there. I think I'm gonna try to get Mike to join us. So Mike is the person who runs Kubla Khan. He's fantastic, wonderful supporter of Gooey Cube, as well as really just a wonderful role player and just a genuinely wonderful person. So,
I got you totally off track, and I'm very sorry. I just got excited about your readings, but
yeah.
yeah.
But I hope you all
coming.
love these maps. I mean, just even you can take the maps that we sent you digitally. You can zoom in tremendously. You can make black and whites of them. All of this for personal use, right at your table, and really give your players these wonderful experiences of really feeling like they're there.
And David Stormer is working on something pretty cool.
Do you want to share that or wait?
I'm just teasing it.
All right, we will wait.
Just know that cool things are happening.
Yes, David is marvelous. Marvelous. I think we did show a little bit of it, did we not?
No, I haven't shown anyone.
Okay, very
Just
nice.
know cool things are brewing.
So this is Valdezar Prison, and you can get the feel of it just looking at it, how fearful it is. And when it has not just places above ground, but it has places below, and there are literally thousands of people who are trapped here. Many of them political prisoners, not all of them being blood touched. There are those they would prefer not to have in slavery, but there are also quite a few blood-touched people here. In fact, it is rumored that Starn Filon, who is a great enemy of the Vilandeans, was able to mastermind a fairly significant escape of some 40, 50, 60 blood-touched people from Valdezar.
I love that.
Yes, it's a tale of our friend Starn, right, Ben?
Isn't I was like,
yes,
isn't Starn from Ben? Oh, I love that.
And I have a little secret too, because I have an artist working on an interesting group of people, which includes Starn and some of our other friends, in a sort of magical conference room. So we'll see how that turns out.
We're teasing a few things here. Sorry, y'all.
So Valdezar Prison has these long hallways in the depths and the fearful torture chambers where people are exposed to all manner of heinous activities. Ugh. And it just and even the bars themselves are magical, right? And you cannot just bend them and escape, right? There's all kinds of wards and even it is said that the cells themselves inflict torture upon those who are interred within them.
That's terrible.
This is a terrible thing. So
this is
Valdezar Prison, my friends. Valdezar Prison.
Sounds like some adventuring parties might need to sneak over to Vilandea with Starn.
Oh, there is a wonderful James Curris wrote us a beautiful tale about the hidden troop. The hindrance, of course, and the Hazenwood, which is incredible. I mean, there are so many great tales in Vilandea. It's so many places to adventure, and of course, to have to deal with the vile government at the same time, right? So this is what I love. I love political intrigue, and I love bringing it into the games and deepening the tale with all of the underpinnings, right? All of these subplots and secret things that are going on that, all of a sudden you're on game 15 and your players go, oh my gosh, because they put the threads together, right? They put them together and they're like, oh my gosh, and they get those little chills up their spine, and you get chills up your spine because you're like, they got it, all of that kind of stuff. That's why these games are so great. So
I think Alphinius is a little excited right now. I love it.
I'm actually excited because we are starting, I've mentioned this in past, we are starting our game group back up again here very, very soon. And so I'm going to get to play again fairly consistently, which is I have missed because of the COVID and just the busyness of our work and trying to get out all of this Kickstarter stuff. And you all have been so gracious to give us more time, and I hope we have rewarded you with materials that just are fabulous, because that is our goal.
Right.
We can't. I'm sorry. Were you gonna say you had a question?
Oh, go ahead. No, I have a question, but you finish.
No,
okay.
go ahead.
Ray Baker wants to know: is all this going into Chapter 5 or another book? And so I believe this is all from East Verdestia.
This is all from East Verdestia, Raymond. Yes. This is all from East Verdestia.
Now there might eventually, at some point, we could write adventures.
So this is the thing.
For East Verdestia.
This is the thing we are talking about, right? Because we're going to do some side quests. I really want I think we're going to change how we do campaigns. The Red Star Rising will always be as it is. But I think our box sets are going to be, going forward, either single adventures that could carry to a second adventure, or trilogies. So we're not going to do an extensive campaign like the Red Star Rising, save for the fact that you could piece together perhaps chapters 1, 2, and 3 with chapters 4, 5, and 6, but they are not necessary to be played together. There's an adventure I want to do called The Grey Tower of Azur-Hanthar, which is something that I created many, many years back. It is a wonderful tale. Our players just loved it when we did it. There is a whole tale around a certain bog town place that I think people will really love, that is nothing like what takes place in Chapter 4. There's just a lot of wonderful ideas, and then we want to try to publish a couple of these wonderful adventures that we talked about, with like Harry and the mounds of the mud mounds of Bleak Bottom Bog. We want to look at Murder and Motley with our marvelous friend Corey, and of course Kiki and I have been dreaming about the Isle of Undu'ulu for quite a long time. I mean, there's so many things that we want to do, and I just would appreciate you all. Just please tell your friends about us. Please encourage your friends when we do this Kickstarter to support us. I will tell you, Mike nor I nor Colt have ever been paid a dime from any of the stuff we have done from making Gooey Cube, and indeed I've put a lot of money into it, and we would just appreciate your support if you love what we're doing in this next Kickstarter when we do it, and not just monetarily, but to also be a part of the contributors thing, and being a part of this community like so many of you are, and telling your friends and telling others, because it's hard to get the word out, and here we are in 50 retail stores, which is just amazing, but really, to be successful, you need to be in more like 500, 600, 700, right, to have any kind of a good retail thing going. So we've got a long way to go, but we are excited about where we're going. Now, I'm way off track. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, I know. We gotta finish.
We gotta be done. We gotta do our draw.
Okay.
All right. So Arkel Zoud is a cave, a cavernous complex, also in the Vildian Peaks, and you can show the map again here, cameraman. This is more to the south of the Vildian Peaks, and you can see it right there. Can you see it right there, cameraman? You can even take your little cursor if you want.
They can't see my cursor.
Oh, they can't. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I can't even point. I have to figure something out.
What are you? Yeah.
You can see it. It's on the left-hand side. It's a cave right there called Arkel Zoud, and it's a huge cavernous complex that has all manner of wondrous things going on in there, and some pretty freaky things going on in there as well. And we have an image that we used in West Verdestia, which is the next one, which kind of gives you an idea of the cave and what it looks like. But there may be a tale. You can show the next one, cameraman. There may be a tale that there are flow stones in the depths of Arkel Zoud. But that, my friends, is definitely a tale still in the telling. So we will finish the Vilandean tour next week. Thank you for your patience. I hope you're enjoying this.
Okay, giveaway is #East Verdestia.
All right, my friends.
And I'll
Here's
put it
the
in there.
giveaway.
And I don't know what we're giving away yet. We're going to figure that out while we're doing it. But
So I have an idea.
Okay, what is it?
Let's give away an East Verdestia map pack.
I had the same exact idea. This is a big deal. This is
because even if you
pricey.
already have an East Verdestia, sorry, my cameraman, I cut you off.
No, this is a big East Verdestia map. The map packs are phenomenal, and they're kind of pricey because of all the work.
$55 value, yes.
Yeah.
So let's give away one of those today. So that will be this will be a chance to win a map pack, and I got to tell you the truth. I have 3 sets myself, and yes, I pay for them. So I have three of them.
You pay for your map packs?
Absolutely.
That's
because we
I love it.
We can't be just absconding with stuff from Gooey Cube, just walk out the door with it. So
I might have created some company fraud at some. No, I'm just kidding.
Mandy.
I'm just kidding. I've never walked out with anything I haven't purchased. Okay.
Mandy is as honest as the day is long. I know about her for many, many years. So anyway,
East Verdestia.
East, EAST, Verdestia, VERDESTIA. East Verdestia, VERDESTIA.
Okay.
East Verdestia.
Put it in the next 30. We're going to give him 30 more seconds to put it in.
30 more seconds.
I know.
EASTVERDESTIA.
And while we're waiting, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been helping us out get our paperwork in order.
Thank you.
There's probably more paperwork that's going to go out.
Yes. Now, hey, listen, my friends, another thing too.
Yeah.
If you haven't given us sort of a follow on this channel, please do that, right? And please let folks know. We're very excited for sort of the evolution of the stream, and hopeful that you will enjoy it too. I think Camera Mandy and I are going to start doing Game Master tips right after the stream, which we aren't sure whether we'll do those live or not. So we're going to definitely record them. We're going to start doing much more extensive GUI University tips and some of those kinds of things. That will probably begin though once we are moved to our new studio. Though we will see how it's happening because we're moving here in the next 3 weeks, right, cameraman?
Yeah.
So very exciting.
Please go and like and share our Hurnesh video on YouTube. That's YouTube. We're under Gooey Cube, and then please go watch Martin's behind the scene and like that, and also go check out d20sounds.com where you can get like $7 for like a full album of wonderful music.
It's amazing.
Yes.
And listen, this is the community, right? This is what we're trying to do. The community store is real. I know I've been threatening it for a long time. I know Geeky and Tish want to be a part of that. I know Addie wants to be a part of that. I know, of course, Harry, we're already working on a whole solution for his miniatures. But there are people who paint miniatures who want to be a part of it. There's Karen and others want to do dice bags. And I think even Christina would like to crochet here and there a little Gooey Cube and put them up there. And we are really excited to figure out how we're going to do that and get that thing all deployed. So.
And I had a question from Brittany earlier in the show.
Oh, yes, Brittany, yes.
She would like to know if they can send you some terrain minis. Just as a gift, I think.
Oh, you don't, Brittany, my dear. Yes, of course, but do not spend your money and waste your time. They take your time. This is, I so appreciate it. I have so many wonderful things. Mark sent this, and Evan and David sent dice, and Trudy gave us that, and we've got, it's just all over the place. There's so many. Christina with her little Goobert, and Pam sent us that marvelous plastic. It's just, we've had so many wonderful gifts, and we love them, and they warm our hearts, and we're so grateful to all of you for loving what we're doing and being a part of it and helping make it special. I am stoked about Darkenhaven and the Gloomport. I truly believe they're going to be one of the greatest fantasy cities ever created. I really believe it with all my heart. The creativity that we began with, which has only just flowered as we've had wonderful contributors being a part of it, it is going to be amazing. And so I'm really excited to get to laying those things out. That's it, cameraman. You got a winner? Our
winner is Skib Green Giant. So I believe that's Sean.
How do I know? Skib Green Giant?
Skib. I'm pretty positive. Okay, it's Sean.
Well,
but
congratulations,
not,
Sean.
no.
Good for you.
So, yes.
You know what the printer did for me? The printer did a nice thing for me, though, cameraman.
What was that?
The printer took the Eastford SDM maps and printed them on photographic paper for me, the high quality stuff, right? That's like $5 a sheet. It's really expensive. And the detail it's just stunning. So that's something that if people want something like that, we might be able to do it, but it won't be inexpensive because it's so, I think that's $10, $12, $15 just to print it, right? So anyway, my friends, thank you. Cameramendi, it is only 11:05. We did pretty good.
I have to go.
I hope you all have a most wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Were you going to say something, Cameramendi?
All your adventures.
Be sticky. Ha ha!